No one wants to be told that they're wrong. And doesn't matter who is telling you that. It could be your parent, your sibling, your best friend, your lover, or even your God. I wonder, why is that? Perhaps that's how our educational system has been in the past, where we are evaluated based on the mistakes we have made, and we are graded and compared based on our mistakes. It's as if we are not allowed to make mistakes. When we learn to do skiing or snowboarding, the first thing they teach you is how to fall gracefully without hurting yourself, because they know, as a new skier or snowboarder, it's going to take time for the body to maintain balance on snow and ice. The body is learning a new language, a physical language. They don't teach you how to go fast. They don't teach you how you can maneuver and become first in the race. They teach you how to fall. And it's such an important skill. If we can allow ourselves that generosity, if we can allow ourselves that freedom, if we can allow ourselves that acceptance of mistakes and learning from them and offering the same to others. I remember Dr. John Johnson, one of my teachers at the Satyasai Education and Human Values program in Santa Barbara, California. He was by far my favorite teacher. He was wheelchair bound. He didn't need anyone's help. He was completely self-sufficient. He has received numerous Best Teacher Award from White House and so forth. First class, right off the bat, he said, I make mistakes every day. And tomorrow, my goal is to make fewer mistakes. Hence, I allow you to make mistakes in the class. First time in my life, a teacher came to tell you're allowed to make mistakes. All along in my educational experience, all the way up to postgraduate, that you're not allowed to make mistakes. Your mistakes will be graded down and compared with other people and not celebrated, not encouraged, not accepted. And here was this teacher allowing mistakes, encouraging mistakes, accepting his own mistakes. Now, what mistake could he do as one of the best teachers in the United States? I don't know, but he gave himself permission. I know of situations where people love their mother or father, but because that person's parent criticized him or her, the person has held grudge for life against that person, that you told me I've made a mistake, and is traumatized and doesn't want to be told that I've made a mistake, and feels victimized, unfair for the world to judge him or her for making a mistake, and is paralyzed to do anything in life because he's afraid of making a mistake. As a result, be judged and labeled wrong. There is a part of us, perhaps some sort of an inner child or something that has been traumatized, that wants to feel encouraged, that wants only the positive things to be pointed out and celebrated, and the negativity somehow either ignored or not pointed to, because the embarrassment or the negative feelings associated with labeled as someone who has done something wrong is so deep rooted that it makes fresh all the feelings associated of being wrong right from the childhood. So even though somebody could be innocuously or just mentioning something, that makes that person feel so wrong and rotten in their heart, because they have those unprocessed, unresolved traumas for the lifetime. And instead of acknowledging those feelings, you can bottle them up and just want to move on, or camouflage them, or justify them, or even label the other person as wrong, deflect the problem, and as a result, create new problems that don't exist, which now need to be resolved, hence making them feel less guilty, less wrong, because someone else now is wrong. It's like a hot potato. I don't want to hold on to this hot potato. Pass it on to the next one. How do we go about fixing this systemic human condition of being wrong? I think it starts from me. Well, it always starts from me. It reminds me of an article I read in New York Times a long time ago, when reporters or social workers would approach people who were incarcerated for various crimes. Almost all of them said they did no wrong. They were wrongfully accused, regardless of the proof The point being, no one wants to be told that they were wrong. Only when they arrive at their own conclusion because they want to improve themselves, they want to work on themselves, is it effective or useful. Hence, it makes sense. It is sinful to criticize people. Because when you're criticizing somebody or you're telling someone that they're wrong, doesn't matter whether they're wrong or right. That's not the point here, because it makes them feel a certain way. It is not helping them resolve their inner child traumas in any way, except makes those wounds afresh. I make mistakes every day. I hope and pray I make fewer mistakes tomorrow and learn from my mistakes. Hence, my friends, I allow you to make mistakes. You do not need my permission, and I cannot give you permission, but I'm passing on this message from Dr. John Johnson. It is as if all of us are inner children walking around in these grown-up bodies. And it is the inner child or inner children that perceive through the filters of their preferences, traumas, reacting, acting, responding, scheming, thinking, expecting, experiencing, from the vantage point of, from the perspective of the inner child. Not who we truly are, but from the perspective of the inner child. And if we understand that, or when we live from that vantage point, perhaps we can appreciate all the kicking and screaming and the crying and the pouting that goes on inside me and everywhere in the world, including my inner circle. So what is it that I need to do? I need to be kind to myself the way I would be kind to a child. When a child is crying, we just hug that child. We listen to that child. We offer something nice to the child. We distract the child. We offer something desirable, nice, to change their mood from sad to happy. We accept, allow, understand the child. And we see the child as a child. We don't expect the child to be a grown-up. And imagine if we offer the same privilege to the grown-ups around us. And it's really just one word to live by. The one word to live by is love, pure unselfish love. When there is love in your heart, there is God in your heart. And when we have God in our heart and we are living, leading our lives from that lens, from that filter, from that perspective, and seeing everyone from that large-heartedness, from the love in our hearts, then what happens? What happens to our life experience? What is it that we do and offer? I bless you to serve mankind, be living examples of love. When there is love in your heart, there is God in your heart. The one word to live by is love, pure unselfish love.